Hello everyone. I hope we are doing well today. We are finally back. It is Resurrection Cup, Codename Genesis. We are in the grand finals, well, with a runner-up grand finals, I guess you could say. We have a banger of a match coming up for you. We have Waddle D versus OWC ready. Two very fantastic teams that have fought a tremendous battle to get to this point in the tournament. And I will be very excited to watch this with all of you. I'm your commentator, 12 and I'm joined by the amazing and legendary Blank Tap. How are we doing?
Good morning. We are doing well today. It has been anticipated for a long time. A delay of basically a month. Things has happened. Drama, lights, and action, all that jazz. But ladies and gentlemen, currently what matters is what is going to be played in this lobby and nothing else. And if we know a couple of names here, definitely OWC already they did extremely well. Some standout names like Konza, it's just absolutely amazing to be able to witness what they're gonna do. But Waddle D, a pretty devastating sweep in last round's finals. Let's see if they can recover, Torva.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued to see how the match between these two teams go, right? I mean, you have, like, legendary tournament players on both sides. Like, of course, we're mentioning OWC already. Like, you mentioned you have Gonzo, you have, like, Alfu, you have Intercamming, Mathy. Those players, you hear those names, you are terrified. And, same goes for the other side. You hear teams like, oh, I don't know, something like, which one do we go with? TTV UFO. It's an a player that's possibly run up to become OWC this year, if he wasn't already. And a player that has just been absolutely unreal throughout the tournament scene recently. I mean, kind of the meteoric rise, just unreasonable. And not even that. Then you have players like, oh, no, TS Fury, also known as Noob Jabez, Pikaporn, Birdman, Steam Happy, like, those are such insane teams on both sides that, for a rare occasion, I can't sit here and go, nah, I'd put my bets on this team. Like, it's crazy players on either side.
Looking at the map, it is what it is, I guess. 9-star in my map now. That's a normal thing. AR1 reading, definitely blurring the line between reading and memory at this point, but who am I to judge? Maybe it is readable,
Yeah, we'll just go to something absolutely disgusting. It's fine. They can deal with it, right? They can deal with something like AR 6.5, surely.
That's true. Oh my god.
Was it AR 6.5? At 7.8, sorry. My apologies.
Not much difference. It's cut when the AR is not 8 for whatever reason.
Honestly, true. Anything lower than 8 is all the same. AR like 7.9 to AR 0, Loki has no difference. Prove me wrong.
It's even scarier when they put AR 8.5 on Hidden 2. It's gonna have some nasty stacks in there. But other than that, we're going to see Intercamming opting in for the first pick of the order. This man takes the second, the ban order. Shall wait until then, ladies and gentlemen. First to 7, best of 13. It's gonna be a long ride.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't want a short game to a grand finals runner-up. Gotta make sure they are absolutely having every opportunity to showcase their performances off. And also, I like this, first pick decision from Intercamming, right? Trying to get that early momentum on your team. Of course, let's say in a crazy world, they somehow make a sweep. They do need to win more breakpoints to do so. However, they also, do just get to try and build in that early momentum from the get-go. So I like the play coming in from there. But Birchman immediately opting in to go for a first ban, which is not something I see all that often, to be honest.
I mean, trying to see what they're gonna go for instantly. I mean, on the other side, players like Mathy, kinda really don't wanna get into the oh my goodness, DT2 is hype featuring such a Lapix remix? Damn, you play this with DT now? Oh hell no, bruh. When I was a newborn, I barely passed the 3-star. What? Okay, alright. I mean, nonetheless, I think DT is a very targeted ban to start ourselves off here. As for OWC ready, I think I don't know. Would you want to play AR1 against TTV UFO, the guy that plays easy?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that would be the play. But then again, you know, we have, you know, some interesting performances from players you just don't expect to see, you know, set scores on certain maps you do just see happen. But yeah, AR1 into one of the easy guys. I mean, before, you know, you saw UFO having a meteoric rise in tournament scene. I remember seeing clips on Twitter of this guy just absolutely going ballistic on crazy low AR maps. I don't think AR1 is something you take this guy to. I don't think you allow that to happen.
Yeah, but for now though, before OWC ready is able to ban, we need to see one from Waddle, and they are thinking quite hard, but time is definitely running out soon enough. 2 minutes. Down to 1. And we're just still waiting in anticipation on what map they're gonna go and ban. It's gonna be double time 3, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting rid of Kamui. 315 BPM burst. God, 315 BPM.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I get this ban. I understand it. Because, in honest to God, like, who is just going to sit there and willingly want to play 315 in tournament? Like, imagine going from something like, oh no, hidden 3, or go from the no mod 3 just to go play Kamui DT. Like, the whiplash you would get from that, yeah, honestly, just make sure that map doesn't exist. 315, the fact we are now playing 315 BPM, by the way, like, high density burst maps in tournament, that was kind of crazy to me. And yeah, as we were making predictions earlier in, OWC ready immediately opting in to get rid of that Nova. So understandable. That is not a skill set many people play, nor practice, nor want to ever touch. So, you know, getting rid of AR1, very reasonable.
I won't even call it a skill set anymore, it's a time investment.
Yeah.
It's AR1! It's AR1! I do not agree that there is reading anymore. I'm sorry. Reading just implies that you can sight read FC. You don't want sight read FC in this, man.
I mean, there's quite a few easy players I think could maybe do something crazy on it, but like, it's just not gonna happen, right? Surely. Easy players are a different breed though, so you can never underestimate them. So
that's true.
You know.
No,
but,
I'm like the easy tourist, you know. I'm the reading tourist, just looking from afar. Just saying it's impossible, and then like someone somewhere, you know, with like a laptop and their pillow mouse pad, gonna FC it like first try. Oh, speaking of reading, not really. It's DT1, ladies and gentlemen. AR 10.5. You know, the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I mean. At 10.5, we are going to get a bit of the higher end of, you know, that higher reading. Not the highest end, but, you know, at least from one of my experience in tournaments, you know, you're seeing, like, you know, a lot of 10.2s, 10.3s, 10.4s. 10.5s I've seen used into reading categories in tournament map pools, but now we just have it here as a DT1. And also, I'm quite interested to see this map being played out because, I mean, this map overall isn't too crazy from what I remember. However, with DT, that does change quite a bit. This has some really weird aim, a lot of triangles from what I remember, and overall we'll just be focusing on a bit of that aim, a few bursts littered in between, but nothing like crazy raw aim. It is just testing a bit of that consistency, I believe.
Only 1 FCs with 5 100s. You know, Emrag with the hidden double time. Let's see if anyone will follow his footsteps. The PP leaderboard is quite historical. The second highest PP play is 535 by Kirby Mix Hidden Hard Rock SS. So yeah, I mean, we're not playing Hidden Hard Rock here in this tournament. We're gonna see hopefully a high 800 PPFC, you know, who knows?
Surely someone does it right. Surely. Yeah, as you do. Now, honestly, this is one of those maps that's, yeah, it's going to be quite difficult. I don't expect to see full combos here, but I do think we could see some definitely crazy performances. I mean, like, just thinking about, like, I'm 99% sure Intercamping has a really disgusting score on this in the past, same with, like, Mathy, and I believe the others also have some really good runs on this. So, of course, this being their opening pick doesn't surprise me too much. You know, of course, they're going to be very, very comfortable with this map. It's something they are, you know, they've played more than enough times. They've seen, you know, at least what they can see as a very top likely score. So seeing if their average sits above a comfortable rate, that's, I think, where we should be, you know, more interested in. Because, you know, also picking DT into, you know, a roster like Waddle D. And, I mean, we see the rosters being brought out here. We're seeing TS Fury, peek upon, and TTVFO, which is a very strong roster on this skill set. But then on the other side, again, you're seeing Intercamping, Gonza, and Nakore. I'm quite surprised to not see Mathy in here, but, you know, the other two also still very, very strong, so not too worried either.
It is time for 274 BPM. Pretty decently quick as TTBFO finds the first slider break. I can see why is everyone looking very comfortable as Nekora finds a random slider break back to back alongside pick up on, and already the speed disparity is all but kind of observable to say the least. TS Fury and TTVFO holding it down, pick up on definitely struggling quite a bit, but as the full combos fall, leaving only Gonza intercamping under the spotlight.
Yeah, Waddle D having that entire team break is definitely not the most ideal way to start out this map. Thankfully, of course, not their pick, so they don't need to be completely worried about this. However, you know, having performance like this is not going to be giving you too much hope for future maps of a similar kind. But, I mean, looking at Gonza and Intercamping right now, honestly putting out some really strong performances right now. 230k score difference Intercamping. What are we breaking on? I believe finding a slider break during this slow section, not the most ideal, does, you know, give the chance to decide to start building those recovery combos, which you can see happening, but Pikapon does end up trading it out, but it's fine because UFO finds a break as well, but Intercamping does as well. And as I was going to say, Gonza still on the board here, with a 320k score right now, halfway through the map, the score difference being not even too far off his score independently, pulling out a crazy performance right now, and Nakora as well with a beautiful recovery and supporting score.
Yeah, this is just insanity, and once again, that standout play comes out once again going on strong. 500k score difference, but he is looking for that 1v3 performance. And my goodness, we're about to get into that very tricky jump section once again. Oh yo, what is that miss in this slow section?
All I'm gonna say, right, is that Intercamping and Gonza have both had really weird misses. Both of them have missed on what I would feel like would be nothing to them, but they just find it anyway. But, like, this is honestly, those breaks, those trades are just going to be a net positive for OWC ready, right? They're already at 610k score difference. There's still a quarter of the map to go, sure, but you have Nakora who is marking UFO, so the combo there is just going to balance out. Intercamping and Gonza are going to be marking Pikapon and TS Fury, and in fact, you know, those two seem to be finding, you know, a few bit of struggles here in this part of the map, and even Gonza finding a miss now. It's still just balanced out with Intercamping also, you know, recovering with that 350 combo. Even with Nakora going down, UFO has, you know, a bit of free reign, but that score difference is too crazy.
690,000 score difference, but to push 700 now. And going to the last outro section here, it is all but done. BT1 was quite a pick, and it has gone extremely well for them.
Yeah, I mean, that is such a decisive opening pick coming in from OWC Ready. They came into this match, they knew what they wanted, they didn't waste time, made no fuss, did their bans and went, you know what, screw it. We open up with the DT1, and we just pop the hell off. And clearly, it has worked out incredibly well for them. Does it get them that first point on the board? And bro, these performances are crazy. That score from Gonza, beautiful to say the least. But of course, the score difference at the end of the day doesn't matter too much. You can have a 1 score difference, 700k score difference. It's only 1 point at the end of the day. And of course, Waddle D, maybe not comfortable on the DT1, but they're still going to have maps that are going to be much more up their avenue, which we will be seeing by them. I'm wondering what they do want to pick into, though.
Still, not gonna lie, something alongside the Hiddens. They do have quite a good roster on that, but the late of the stage mechanics are kind of inevitable, so hopefully they'll find something to go off of. And two will be the, well, quote-unquote obvious choice. Low AR, structural control reading, plenty of cuts, plenty of those very difficult aim control. But let's see.
Yeah, I mean, they're a team that have definitely been putting a lot of their thought into their pick, well, to their bans so far and their orders. So I assume they're going to be doing the same for their picks, making sure they are, you know, not going to be causing themselves a small bit of a slip up, because OWC Ready, I feel like it's one of those teams where if you find yourself in an early break point, you are going to struggle to find your recovery, because, I mean, we've already seen, right? They are so strong on the mechanical side of the game. And there's quite a few mechanical maps available to them, especially at the star rating. But we are going to be seeing the first pick coming in from Model D, and they're going to be opting in for this free Model 1 going into Kakuen, which is going to be a bit more of an aim tech map, which will be quite interesting to see with the free mods. Of course, requiring, I believe, at least a hidden and I believe at least a hard rock player on both sides. I can't remember if the third player is given a free reign. If you know, please correct me.
I think that they might need 3 mods. Dude, it's been 1 month. It's been 1 month.
Guys, I've played the rulebook. Give me a moment.
That's it's a rulebook, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a sec.
Okay, no mod is not allowed, but it must be hidden only, hard rock only, and then any mod combination of hidden, hard rock, flashlight, or easy, which will be 1.8 times multiplier. I'm gonna be for real. There is no shot someone runs easy on this. Right? Right. It's basically 8 stars no mod. Surely not.
Yeah, I think star rating might rise. Not gonna lie if you use easy.
If we use easy and we just decide, yeah, screw it, 1.8 multiplier, yeah, that's fine. We can run with that. I mean, it will be the highest multiplier, but...
Actually, never mind. That is below minimum wage. That is 900k maximum.
Oh wait, yeah, wait, whoa, yeah, I didn't think about that. Wait, what the hell? I always thought easy should give you more total score, no?
Definitely depending, you know, on anti-mods, you know, easy players just abuse that guaranteed 900,000 score. So, and for example, like last year for Digit World Cup, there's just one anti-mod slot where the easy multiplayer is 1. You're not getting anything, right?
Damn. Poor easy players. Well, I say that they are currently what they do currently have their easy World Cup, so they have their fun for now. It's okay. But yeah, I mean, I see the good lucks to have funds. These players are definitely getting themselves ready, and I'm wondering what the mod combination is going to be. I mean, I know some people would hope to see TTV UFO with the easy for the culture, right? But it would be a bit crazy to do, in my opinion. I think it wouldn't be too worth it on a map like this. Very, very difficult to stay consistent on. But, you know, then again, curveballs happen all the time. But here we go. I see the good luck have funds. I do see that we are ready. Let's get into this free mod 1, the first pick of Waddle D. And here we go. You can see the mod combinations, Pikaporn and UFO, opting in for the hidden on the side of Waddle D, with TS Fury running the hard rock. Gonza being the only hidden on the side of OWC Ready, with Intercamping and Mathy both opting in for the hard rock picks, which doesn't surprise me too much. But we'll see how it pays off, of course, with Hard Rock making this map a decent bit harder. Smaller CSs, higher ROD, higher approach rate. And the Hiddens, I mean, they'll have to deal with some really awkward patterning, but it's only AR 9.6, so if you play a lot of Hidden, you should be relatively comfortable with this.
But starting off, accuracy-wise, TVP UFO is the lowest on the Hidden modification, but combo is in the side of Waddle D as Matthew finds their first miss on the team. Score difference, however, still stagnant. And kind of going to the other side actually, as TTV UFO finds a miss again. It's 2v2 now.
Yeah, I mean, that score difference already. First quarter making a bit of a difference. Only about 40k in favor of OWC Ready. Definitely a savable amount for side of Waddle D, but they are definitely going to need to find those recoveries. And UFO finds another few misses. Not ideal for them, because that score difference is going to continue to climb, and LTS Fury goes down as well. Pika Pawn as well. That is an entire team break on the side of Waddle D. No more combos for them, but look at the other side. You're seeing Matthew with that 450 combo in building for the first third. Intercamming with 870 combo as well. Accuracy is a little bit behind, but definitely making up the work on the combo, but missing on the middle note in the linears. These 1/3s causing a few problems across the board, but it seems UFO was starting to recover and unfortunately falls apart as I go to say it.
Oh my goodness. Like struggles, Gonza took the loop-de-loop a bit too quickly, and as the combo resets with half of the map remains, the deck are stacked against them, but they might still hit the jackpot. Waddle D needs to utilize their hand very, very carefully now.
Yeah, I mean, those trades, you know, it's not looking great for them. There's 130k score difference, and we're getting to another really tough part, especially with the more tech-focused part of the map, those longer sliders. And every trade is found is just going to be benefiting OWC Ready more and more. But there's the opening chance. TSV had the combo, but unfortunately does fall apart as well. Again, still just over a quarter of the map to go. The score difference is now degraded down to 100k, and it's falling more and more, because there are combos being found here and there by the side of Waddle D, especially UFO right now is building that 350 combo. And the score difference could start to shift, but it seems the momentum's being found again for Gonza.
Oh boy. 1v1 here in the Wild Hidden West, and TTV UFO fail to cast his iron. It's only Gonza with the big iron on the save. 130k score difference, and he's just holding on to that 500 combo thus far. Going to the very difficult last section now. The burst coming in once more, 222 beats per minute, and Gonza is taking it in like a champ, finding a miss on the aim like any tapping player.
Aim? In a tapping map? No! Coming back to the end, the sliders, everyone but
Gonza hits that.
Only Gonza hits it. That is just genuinely insane, and an incredible performance. Again, another map, by the way. I'm pretty sure Gonza has top scored, if I'm not to be mistaken. Actually going demonic this match so far. Only 2 maps in. Of course, time can change, but for the first 2 maps is opening with a breakpoint and their own point for OWC Ready, getting a pretty terrifying early lead. And as I was saying, right, the one team you don't really want to let have that early momentum against you is going to be OWC Ready, because they can really play into it. And of course, now they have that early momentum that I feel like they will play into, especially with the performance Gonza is putting out right now. If he continues like this all match, he might be the most lethal player on this board.
For the OWC Ready, that's for sure, but need to be ready for their second pick, and let's see if they snapped onto one. Doesn't seem so, so a bit of thinking will be involved, but you know, why change? Why not go DT2? You know, only up from here.
Yeah, let's see where OWC already want to go into here. I mean, we're talking about the mechanics maps, right? The mechanics is where they really start to thrive and shine, and there's still quite a options on the board. I'm really looking at that DT2, man. That DT2 could genuinely be borderline lethal for them, right? It's
Oh, absolutely.
262.5 BPM. It's speed tech, and you have Matthew on your team. But they're actually going to opt in for Hard Rock 3 going into UFO against the UFO. And this is going to be hyper precision sitting at CS 7.2. We are on those tiny circles now.
Oh boy. Oh, this is definitely one hell of a pick against the guy named TTV UFO, that's for sure.
I've never heard this song before, so I'm just hearing this and I'm low-key bopping. Even though I've not listened to the words, but then I hear like 3 words and I'm confused.
No, it is. I never understand the lyrics first listen.
Honestly, I heard a UFO and I was for some reason thinking it was gonna be a song from like 2000 and like 10s. I don't remember what year it was. But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm really intrigued to see how the performance on this map goes, right? I mean, Ultra Precision 7.2. You listen to this song, and I can slightly imagine this to be quite paced, is the way I would think I would phrase this. And with, you know, small circles, high pacing, you do start to run into a lot of those problems. But I will, you know, break this map down a bit for people. It is disgusting. There you go. That's how I'll break it down for you. It's got some sections that has some pretty spaced jumps. They're not too quick, so you don't have to worry too much, but you know, very corner to corner jumps is the best way to describe it, in like a triangular fashion, with this small CS. Plus a lot of those flow sections, some points being follow spaced points on, again, CS 7.2. I can't stress that enough. That is, CS 7.2 is one of those ones where if you're not already a master of precision, you get 2 options. You focus on combo and maybe drop a bit of accuracy or something like that. Or you are so dialed in on precision and you play it all the time, you know what you're doing, that you don't care about the, you know, the circle size, and you can just play the map as if it was like CS4 for the rest of us. And there are some players in here I think are definitely comfortable with precision, but I don't know if they are up to that caliber of precision.
That is true, oh boy. Well, one way to find out, as everyone's saying, their good luck and have fun, ladies and gentlemen. CS 7.2 hyper precision. Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, just look how small the circles are, man. Like,
Slider.
yeah, it's gonna cause pain, and we do see that already with UFO and Pikachu finding those breaks. But here we go, get into some of the flow sections, the change in spacing, catching out everyone but into Camping and TS Fury, both of them the only ones to hold on. Everyone finds breaks. Pikachu starting to build those recoveries. Same with Nakore and Gonza, but you know, it is those 2 primary combos now on the board that you want to keep an eye open for. Score difference, 30k advantage towards OWC Ready very early in, but into Camping finds the break, and now there is an opening for TS Fury, especially through this where it's a bit slower for a moment to get to, you know, bring that score difference back and hopefully bring it to your side before the map really kicks off again.
Difference isn't too much of difference currently as we go into the massive linear here, everyone finding their own version of misses here. And yeah, these circular pilots definitely do want to be spacing bigger than it actually is. I mean, 20k score difference though, accuracy is everything currently. Yes, Fury is with the 97% accuracy. This is just tight all around.
Yeah, but, you know, even with TS Fury's star performance right now of 278k and climbing, that, you know, that team performance inside of OWC Ready, all of them are over the 200k mark, is going to keep that score difference in their favor by 53k currently. UFO starting to build the recovery. Pikachu unfortunately finding a few breaks and is suffering a bit on the accuracy, but the other side is just looking a lot cleaner. Nakori find a break into Camping. TS Fury, Pikachu all find breaks, but Gonza and UFO, both the players with combos right now, Gonzo starting to catch up more so. UFO is leading that combo game right now, but that accuracy game going to TS Fury, the two things you would want on your team, but the combo game is now broken. 40 to the UFO. Score difference is still climbing to the side of OWC Ready because Gonzo is back on that combo game. Unfortunately, does find the break, but I mean, just that team performance this time around for OWC Ready is definitely something it's just a feat and something you do not really want to run into on a map like this, man.
But sadly they have no way else forward other than to hopefully break the wall down, but as it stands, the wall is just unbroken. Back to Waddle D. What will they do?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely an opening for them now, I think. Waddle D, I think, definitely do have chances here. Because, you know, this was OWC Ready's pick, right? They were playing off their own momentum. They did play well. They knew their team performance would pay off for them. And, it evidently did well. But I think that, honestly, might have given Waddle D a chance of inspiration here. Because the 3-2 is open. And if you paid attention to, you know, the performance TS Fury just put out, you put TS Fury on the 3-2 with Hard Rock, and he could find himself in a really, really good position to play with her. Because, of course, if I'm not to be mistaken, yeah, it is the anti-mod pick, and, you know, it only drops that to 6.5. 7.2 to 6.5? Light work.
Oh boy, I mean, yeah, that... 3 points down, let's hope it won't become 4. Definitely, again, looking at the hidden's definitely a bit more enticing than any other of the picks. So after that, the bans will be coming in, and you kind of gotta ask yourself if you wanna go into Mathy on DT2 or their entire team on Primo 3, or like, you know, the Model D might need 3 bans at this point because these tapping maps are absolutely brutal.
Yeah, that is true. But I mean, speaking of speaking of bans, sorry. After this next pick, which we are going to be seeing is the Hidden 2, I believe we do get the second wave of bans, which will definitely be interesting now that, you know, they've started to see those maps being put out here. But here we go, going to Altitude Remix. I'm sorry, is that Getting Over with Bennett Foddy I see in the background? Oh no, that does not inspire me with confidence. You see a background like that, I think you should know that you should be ready to go into pain. And well, this map, as we were mentioning earlier, right? This map is below AR 8. It's AR 7.8 with the Hidden, and I mean, some bits aren't too bad, right? You got some not too crazy, not direct perfect stacks, but, you know, got some, you know, very low spacing, low BPM ult bursts. I guess ult, not bursts. And then you get to a point in the map where it turns into turbo reading and turbo pain, and that is where I think we'll start to see the diamonds really start to show out and show off on this map.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the leaderboard, it's basically filled with no mods and hot rocks, you know. You get some no names on the hidden scores like Eccentrics, someone on the easy like Lightning Fox, also more hidden, you know, by someone guy named Markrum. You know, some randoms, you know, they're definitely doable on hidden too on a map like this. Oh, and Pluto is coming in.
Oh. Yep, seeing them brought in. This is where I think things can definitely start to become quite interesting. Because, I mean, this is one of those first maps I think is like the crazy curveball, right? I mean, it's just a bit of a different map is the best way I can describe it. I mean, I've already described it, but again, a bit crazy difference. And, I'm honestly really excited to see the performance more on this, because I don't expect to see insanely high scores on this map. However, every time I've said that about a Hidden 2, someone still does it. Someone still brings out a crazy star performance. And that's what scares me.
Oh man, I mean, you know what? As long as there's a chance, why not?
Yeah, true that.
Alright, good luck, have fun. It is time for some doubles, triples, and doubles and triples. Here we go.
It is time for pain. Here we go. We are seeing those rosters being brought in once again. TTV UFO, not too surprised to see them brought in. Peekaporn and, of course, Steam Happy, also known as Plute. Again, not too surprised with that roster being brought out. And then on the other side, we are seeing Gonza, Intercamming, and Elfu. Overall, quite a solid roster. And honestly, I expect some big things here. Score difference, nothing too crazy, very early, and of course, honestly, pretty light intro, but trust me when I say this map gets absolutely diabolical as it goes on.
It's kind of chilling for now as it is slowly but surely building up. Doubles coming in, everyone's still looking real nice and dandy, but when the push comes to shove, well, let's see which one will stumble first. That's the first devious pattern, 3 people miss. Steam Happy, he Plute finding another. It's a 1v1 in between Intercamping and the TTV UFO. But the Intercamping and the TTV UFO crash into the same tree as we go into the forest. It's about to get even there, ladies and gentlemen. 20k score difference. None shall survive, but only one will be able to live to tell the tale.
Yeah, and I mean, so far, it looks like Intercamming was surviving the most, but does unfortunately find himself in quite a unfortunate situation. Same followed by TTV UFO. It's a 50k score difference between these two teams halfway through, and there have been so many misses. I mean, this is one of those maps, you know, I was saying, it is just diabolical. Seeing those high scorers is just not something you would expect to see. And, I mean, we're seeing so far scores as low as 80k and as high as 220k. And we're already past the halfway point of the map. You know, by this point, you expect to see some 300, 400, 500ks. Not a chance on a map like this.
Once again, back into the quote-unquote free combo, but after such a section, you're gonna be left dazed. You're gonna be left confused. And it's up to these players to not find those silly mistakes, those silly misses. And we've seen once again, the same 3 players that missed in the beginning will history repeat again. Next up, according to the trend, is a Plute miss. But Steam Happy is still holding on as everyone finds the miss on the linear. And here we go, chain miss central population. 6 of these are players, man. But the score difference is looking a bit red. But will it turn blue? Is there any combo on the other side? TTP UFO, Lord have mercy. He's still going on strong, brother.
Yeah, he absolutely was. Unfortunately, did find the break, but I think he did the work that was needed alongside Plute. Both of them putting in the absolute shift, going into overdrive, getting themselves that 34k score difference, absolutely managing to get over this map, and getting them their first point on the board in a pretty spectacular fashion, in my opinion. This map is genuinely diabolical. It is borderline disgusting, and yet Steam Happy, Plute, and TTV UFO did manage to find their footing in some parts, more than enough they needed, and especially on the ending where I was seeing everyone finding just note lock into chain miss into chain miss into note lock. Those two managed to just keep themselves going, which is all they needed. Getting, again, that first point on the board, now officially entering them into this match.
Now it is time for the bands, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. It's about to get real difficult, less obvious for sure for both of our teams. For Iris, never mind, I take everything back. They know what they want and they know what they hate. Screw Fremont 2.
Yeah, they immediately opted for that Fremont 2, right? I was talking about it earlier being an option the Waddle D could go into. And, I mean, we saw the precision score coming in from TS Fury, and then, you know, the hidden 2 performance from Plute and UFO. yeah, banning out that free mod too, understandable. You never want that to be allowed after the joint performance those players have just put in. But from the other side, Waddle D, wondering what ban they're going to hit. If they don't ban DT2 here, I'm going to be very confused.
So probably thinking of the other speed map. You know, it's at this point it's which one that ends the soonest, ends the fastest, and DT2 that's 2 minutes 49 seconds, Primo 3 is 2 minutes and 59 seconds, so 10-second difference, you know.
Both of them brutal. But do you want to play speed tech or do you want to play stamina? And it seems they would prefer the stamina choice because they are going to be banning out the DT2, going to be getting rid of hype, which is pretty upsetting. You know, it's a hype song, it's a hype map, and it is hype the song. But you know, at least Entangle Knight is still open and for an option, which will be interesting. But we do get to see OWC with the first pick of this second phase. Now the second set of bans are gone. And I have just realized something, Blank Tap.
Yep.
The No Mod 3 and DT3 are gone. They got rid of the 3s. Now we're getting rid of the 2s with the Free Mod 2 and the DT2. What is it in the number categories these guys hate?
Maybe they've set an agreement, you know, a bit of a challenge in between them, roll 6, and then you gotta ban like one of the numbers or like one of the slots, just to keep it like fresh. I mean, they had 1 month to like devise a condition in between them to play in.
Yeah, that's honestly understandable. God, it feels crazy knowing it's been a month of, basically a month of practice, I think. Wait, actually, when was our Mapple Showcase?
Probably like a month
ago,
and a week ago.
Oh my days. Yeah, so these teams have had absolute locked in on, you know, those practices. And I mean, OWC ready now, they are picking carefully. They're making sure they don't make a slip-up pick here because, again, they have that lead, right? They have the 2-point lead. They don't need to give away a breakpoint no more. They don't need to risk it. They can just play maps they're comfortable with. And I'm looking at the free mod 3 Blank Tap. I'm looking at Entangle 9250.
I mean, you know, like, I see no other answers. There is no question, but, you know, the answer is still there. Oh boy, unless, you know, they're feeling bored and they want to play something else. But it's gonna be hidden one. We're going on a trip to Indonesia, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Komodo Dragon.
Yep. Opening into some awkward aim on hidden, man. The background, mate, that is beautiful.
Looks like a Saddam Hussein diagram. Okay, Komodo Dragon time, ladies and gentlemen. Insane background, and I can't believe this is someone with free will made this and put this background as that. It's not a custom, guys. It's just never mind. It might just be, yeah, it is a custom. It's my best. All right. Wait, is it not a custom? Why?
It's not a custom.
It's not. It's just uploaded this 12 days ago for the love of the game.
This is Pez's free will. This is what I love to see.
Okay. It's an edit. It's an edit. All right. I see. Oh, it's a chess map. Alright, I see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to see some nasty snaps. Or, I don't know, he makes the absolute disgusting God mode maps imaginable. Humanly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing the message of I'm so scared from Blue, and you know what, Loki? I am the exact same. I am terrified of this map because it is just diabolical. Take the hidden off, and this map's still evil, man. And thankfully, at least, you know, the players aren't going to suffer for crazy long. This map does sit about 2 minutes. You know, they can live for that, right? You know, 280 BPM, disgusting aim. Yeah, they'll be fine, surely.
It's time. Well, who are we gonna see? I mean, TTP UFO definitely will be picked up on Nijabes though. I'd probably be Nijabes Blue Tiger, maybe? No, here's what is there.
Yeah, so YouTubers, UFO, and Blue are absolutely me brought in. Your guesses, I believe, on the dot. Yeah. And of course, I'm not even surprised. OWC ready side, we are going to be seeing the Intercambing, Gonza, and Alfu, a roster that does not surprise me in the slightest for a disgusting map like this. Let's see how they perform with this, because, you know, this map dials up pretty quickly, and, you know, from the get-go, you can already see the aim and the speed in the aim already dialing up a bit. We do see Alfie with an early miss, same as Steam Happy. Unfortunately, a bit of chain miss there from Steam Happy. And we did see a very, very early break from UFO, but now we're seeing the more major breaks coming in, Intercambing, Gonza going down, UFO as well, and now it's only TS Fury, the only remaining full combo on the board for the first quarter of the map.
Oh boy, this beginning is kinda crazy, but it's just not going to stop. It's nothing but snap, snap, and snap, and you gotta get that finger all the working. Alfio still going on strong, 99.5% accuracy as he is aiming every single one of these circles. Combo heavily in favor of OWC ready, halfway through the map.
Yeah, I mean, the combos are definitely being built from, you know, the side of Waddle D now. Looking a bit more comfortable on it so far. But the score difference is still going to be sitting in favor of OWC ready for a decent bit more time, as it is a 34k score difference. There's a third of the map to go. The accuracy is looking pretty decent all round. Steam Happy a bit lower behind just because of the amount of chain misses, but Alfu's accuracy just before that chain miss was still peaking above the 99s. But the score difference now starting to flip over with every single miss being found, but there's too many misses on the side. Let's see, Fury and Steam Happy, both of them finding those major chain misses. The score difference flicking over in their favor, but then immediately skyrocketing to 80k in favor of OWC Happy, but OWC ready, sorry, but every single miss is the score difference just shifting and shifting. But this time around, it is starting to benefit more and more towards OWC ready, and honestly, Alfie's performance right now is just kind of crazy. The accuracy only dropping below, you know, 98 temporarily, and still closing out with a 400k on this disgusting map. Just insanity and a crazy performance. Oh my god, that miscount from Intercambing UFO being the same is crazy.
Oh man, alright. Still keeping the trend going. 0 breakpoints from them just yet, but Waddle is only 1 breakpoint behind, so they are trailing, but not too far. Let's see what they're gonna do though. Hidden 2 was a pretty good pick, but that was still a bit of a close miss if I've seen something myself. Are they gonna go for Fremoto is gone? Are they gonna go for more control? Maybe something less speedy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely interested to see what they want to go into here, right? Because I'm still looking at maps. I'm still thinking we could see something like maybe something like the Hard Rock 1, maybe Hard Rock 2 if they're feeling it. Hidden 3 could be a bit of a gamble, but I don't think it's a gamble they should really opt into yet. No Mod 5, I think they should absolutely be avoiding. No Mod 4, however, I think they could possibly go into.
It's true, you know. I love how we have two X H. Okay, that I somehow combined X and H and X H. Yeah, you know what? English is hard, but anyway,
agreed.
The flow. It's 165 BPM aim control tech as the note says, and it's 4 damn minutes. Oh, that's gonna be spicy. Consistency check of all time.
Oh. But we're seeing a bit of a different option coming in here that I hadn't even considered, but I was thinking it could be an option later in, and they are going to go into it. They're going to go into the No Mod 1. Now, I'm not too surprised with this because, you know, I'm looking at the roster they have, right? And a bit more of an aim-focused map definitely is a skill set I think that can favor this team if they're playing well, and they definitely have shown they can. Because, of course, you're seeing players like UFO, Birchman, TS Fury, and even Pikaporn as well, and maybe even Clue, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, their aim capabilities as a roster is pretty crazy high, and you throw them on an 8.7 star map, and they definitely have potential to cook up something crazy. But of course, you are still trying to compete with aim against intercamming Matthew and Alfie, Gonza, and Nakore. So it'll be interesting to see if it goes well, but I see the vision, and I respect the play.
It's about to get real fun. 5 minutes, by the way, just 40 seconds shy of the tiebreaker. That's about to be real nice. We love long difficulty names offering from a broken heart. Damn.
Damn. The difficult name, I made me cry. Just so damn beautiful.
Just hyping it up, ladies and gentlemen. 236 ppm though, oh my god, like, if it's not like pure gimmick or pure control, it's always above 200, man. Like 220. Damn, that's actually above 220.
Yeah, this map clocks in at 236. So, you know, you can't be no slouch on the aim. Definitely going to be a bit quick, and, yo, as one myself, the poor single tappers on this map do risk running out of that single tap stamina. With the higher BPMs, of course.
Oh my god, I mean, you know, you just see the absolute corpse this map lays on the leaderboard, just people capping out, mostly at 500 combo, and 0 FC thus far, 11 months, and still counting since the last new number 1 on this map. Let's see if we're gonna even witness a 4-digit combo on this number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck, have fun, let's get right into this one.
Yeah, let's get into this. Another opportunity for Waddle to bring themselves onto the board, looking to get their second pick of this match. But so far, it's been quite the difficult uphill battle for them. See if it can shift around on this No Mod 1 Espia Zone. Let's see how it goes. The raw aim test starting to kick off, getting those triangular aims in, bit of those slider jumps as well to mix it up. Early in, accuracy advantage going to be going in favor of OWC ready, but so far, combo games looking a bit shaky on both sides, if I'm honest. Seeing misses from both Pikapaw and Alfu, TS Fury and Nakore. Just TTV UFO and intercamming, the only players to hold on, but that accuracy from intercamming is going to be scaling a bit nicer later in.
At the higher PPM combined with the quite insane aim you need to have gives in for a delicate balancing that needs to be done. TS Fury finding another miss down to TTV UFO, 1v1.5 in the combo department. Alfie and intercamming still on the offense.
Out in that offensive game, they will be playing UFO and Hellview both head-to-head again in that combo game we've seen before, but TTV UFO finds the break and then over-aims a slider, getting slow slided. Alright, before the map kicks back off again, Alfie does break the combo, but Nakore is there to pick up where he left off. TS Fury looking to try and keep him in the game, trying to keep the score difference, the wound that is bleeding, trying to keep it close as much as possible, but it is still a 20k score difference. The breaks are found. Even after trading out with Nakore, there's no combos on the board except from Pikapaw and above those 150 combos, but even those get traded out. First quarter of the map, and it is just a bloodbath of misses, showcasing how truly difficult this map gets, and it is going to be a 38k score difference so far.
My god, the screams accompanying the aim and the awkward flow. But 2 stands, Alfie and Nakore still holding on and keeping that score difference afloat and stagnant. WC ready to make this number 1 dead in the water. Waddle on the other hand still paddling away. Oh, Pikapaw!
Yeah, these sliders causing breaks. They're just causing breaks everywhere. Now Fury goes down as well. This is not nearly worst case scenario for Waddle D. Halfway point of the map, and you're against 3 people with better combos. Alfie battle crossing 600, Nakore crossing over 500. Alfie and intercoming though do find those breaks, but the score difference is already at 99k, and we are about to get into another crazy section soon enough. But gotta be careful. Nakora now has that leading combo in the absolute driver's seat of 110k score difference total. UFO finding a bit of a chainless there. And there's just no major combos inside of Waddle D. They're struggling to find that build because this map is just brutal.
I mean, he did just 500 combo cap for a reason, but currently Nakore looking for that 4-digit combo count. Pick up pound breaking 500, ended camping breaking 400, and oh my goodness, Nakore playing his life out hits! The jump before the massive linear stream, but everyone knows that anyway. Other than TS Fury actually, but 160k score difference. The man needs some help, and not psychologist kind of help. He just needs literal help, but he cannot hold the combo himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely putting in the work for it, but the breaks are being found lobby wide. That score difference of 150k. This map is just unbelievably brutal, and it is claiming everyone over and over again. But Nakore seeming to finding the most comfort on this, and even some joy, I would argue, with this 310k. Leagues ahead everyone else, into counting the closest behind it, then followed by Alfew, then the rest of the other team. But, you know, when you have a generational performance like this, I mean, there is just not much you can do to try and fight up against it. This is a tyrannical performance, I would argue, coming in from OWC Ready. Just every time there's a combo on the board, they're either matching it or surpassing it, and there's just nothing you can do to compete with it.
Just the slow slider as the salt on the wound. OWC Ready once again taking yet again another point, and this just keeps on steam rolling, that's for sure. Oh boy, what a map. You know, it's kind of crazy when the Nobot 1 has scores lower than 400,000.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you know it's starting to get a bit diabolical, when the highest score is basically 380k on the dot. I mean, incredible performance from the core, right? I mean, like, that cannot be understated. But when the average score of the lobby barely hits 300k and bumped up because of that 380k, you know you've brought in a devious map. And that No Mod 1 absolutely was. Unfortunately, it did not go the way that Waddle D were hoping there. But, you know, when you see a performance like that, I don't think you can even be mad. That is just an incredible performance. But now it is OWC Ready's pick. And, I mean, so far, I think it's safe to say they've been showing that they are, in fact, OWC Ready.
Just two more stats before they once again arise and have the opportunity to fight for the winner spot. Looking at their history, they did lose to, actually, Waddle D did beat them in the semifinal 6-4, so there's definitely a bit of beef in this situation.
Yeah, and now the tables have turned. OWC Ready basically backing them into a corner, and oh my. Blank tap, I think they're going for the kill shot because they've gone in for the No Mod 5. Gonna go into the this is the joint highest star map of the pool. Going into 285 BPM speed at 9.07 stars for 2 minutes 20 seconds. This is brutal, and of course, as we were mentioning earlier, it's one of the 2 XH songs in here. This is the second one, and the a bit more crazier one. I don't think this one has no crazy long streams. You're not too worried about that, but you know, it has more than enough high density, high BPM bursts that if you're not comfortable with this BPM, you will be finding a lot of problems that you were not hoping for.
Oh boy, I mean, if you don't want no problem, don't go looking for them, but if the problem looks for you, you know, it's not tired, kinda, I'm not ready. I'm not the one playing. 2 minutes and 20 seconds of whatever 285 fake speed means, man, sure.
Yep, pretty much. I think it'll make sense more so when you are, well, when they're in the map, because I do get where the fake speed term comes from here, but I wouldn't be calling it fake by any means. It's just, you know, not turbo dense.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's hella bus slider material if I've ever heard of one.
Peekapon Loki speaking truth in the chat here, by the way. Number 1 on the map. TS Theory 1300 combo from 2 months ago is Loki speaking. It wasn't even 2 months ago. It was 30 days ago. This was a month ago. Speaking some truth here, but do need to be worried because Intercambing taking 14th place on this 10 days ago. Definitely got a bit of that recent practice.
There we go. And already starting off, ladies and gentlemen, pick up on readjusting their tablet grip for what's to come, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get real spicy. It's time to go into the tapping mindset.
Yep.
My God.
Yeah, this map just brutal. Bringing in a bit of the aim, bringing the burst, bit of the control as well on some of these patterns, but early in, we are going to be seeing that 80k score advantage towards side of OWC ready. The combos from Gonza and Intercambing respectively, the accuracy as well to boot, looking very, very clean. All 3 accuracies on the side of OWC ready, in fact, absolutely gapping the side of Waddle D, but the combo games as well. Because, I mean, Alpha did find the break there, but 98% accuracy. Gonza still holding on, the only remaining player on the full combo because Intercambing fell down as well. But first core of the map done and dusted, and it's already 200k score difference nearly.
Yes, they're looking so clean on the speed every single time. The double miscount from pick up on TS Fury Sampler will not make things any better alongside UFO's blunder. Oh boy, I'm in TUS rank on the board. What can you do?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like, this map's brutal. How are we getting double S rank? Well, how are we getting 2 S ranks right now? Like, come on now. Halfway through the map as well. It's not like there's been no map. And, I mean, I think it's safe to say that, Demonic Gonza is back.
I don't think he ever left.
Yeah, honestly, true. But he's back to his top scoring position that he was in from the start of the match.
That's true, oh man.
It's not even close either, man. Like, what am I looking at? His closest competition is Intercambing. Oh, come on. What is this score, Gonza? What is this score, man? No! Unfortunately, did find the break, but this is just disgusting, man. Like, actually, 1 versus 3 performance on this No Mod 5 is brutal. What can you even do against this?
Suppose just go next. 700,000 score in this number 5. For the love of the game. Going to the final few battles and it is done. Oh my goodness. 1 more.
Yeah, I mean, 1-6. This is an unbelievable performance coming in from OWC Ready. And Intercambing with the best miscount, in fact, actually bringing in that 1 singular miss. But, you know, you look at the combo, the accuracy, and that performance from Gonza, and how can you talk about anyone else with a star performance like that? The difference is unbelievable. Not even a 300k on the side of Waddle D, and not even a 450k on anyone else on his team, and he is just chilling with a 724k. Like, come on, man. What is that performance?
Well, nonetheless, the game's not over until it's over. Waddle D picking. What are they gonna go for here? all things considered, that Nomad one was quite close, but none of these teams probably particularly wanna opt in for something like Hot Rock One because we do not talk about cross Codename.
Yeah, it did not pay off well, I would say. It did not pay off well, so we kind of... What did we really go into here for Waddle Dee, right? Like, we went into, some crazy low hidden. It paid off. We saw that we had potential on those crazy hard rock performances, and it seems that's actually what they want to opt into. They want to opt in to that hard rock one, going into Lost and Found, and hoping to find their point on the board, but blank tap. What was the one thing you said just a few moments ago about cross-screen aim? Well, this map is just straight up cross-screen aim 1-2s. So, this is the gamble of all gambles, and if it pays off, this is perfect for them. But the problem is that if it doesn't pay off, they are out completely. They're at match point blank tap. They are taking a risk so late in, but to be fair, I don't think they really have a choice in the matter.
That is true. Well, might as well at this point,
Yeah, it's true that. I mean, you can hear the song in the background.
Yeah.
Like, this song itself sounds rough. I'm scared to see the map itself. I think Waddle Dee can definitely bring in a performance on this, but they really need to make sure they're dialed in. They need to make sure their aim is perfection, because anything else, anything less, is not going to be enough for a map like this. So let's see if they are feeling comfortable, feeling confident, and they are looking to try and keep themselves in the game with this map. I want to make an argument here. The No More 1, right? In our notes, it says hype and aura moments, right?
Is it?
I would argue hitting this Hard Rock 1 might be more aura.
True.
Because this Hard Rock 1 is genuinely diabolical. And if any of you haven't seen it yet, well, you're going to see it now. And I promise you, however bad it is you're thinking with the cross-screen 1-2s, it might still be worse. Because if I'm not to be mistaken, this is the other 9-star map in the pool. Oh, never mind. It is not. Sorry, I'm lying. This is 8.5 stars. This map's so underrated. Holy. It might not be, but still.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Going straight into absolute pandemonium soon enough. May the best jumper wins,
Yep, here we go. The map getting into its true beginnings, and you can see from the get-go the just evil nature of this map with these 1-2s. Misses already being found across the board. All of the misses on OWC already being found, with all three players finding those breaks, but UFO and Pikaporn also trading them out. But there's one player I'm noticing that is seemingly comfortable with this map and just not showing any weakness whatsoever. Getting through the first set of 1-2s with an SS, but unfortunately does find a break on the second set here, but does bag them a 40k score difference. But they still need to be careful, because every miss is notching that score difference further and further down.
Oh boy. Just a nice chill part before once again the storm arrived.
Right, that score difference flipped. It's 17k in favor of OWC Ready, and building more and more into camping. Does have that combo on the board, just about to cross into the realm of a 400 combo, but can they hit the next sections comfortably. A bit of a slower aim section here, but still just as brutal. We do see the miss coming in from TS Fury, but the combos are being built. There's 3 combos on the board from OWC Ready, and there's not that much time remaining for Waddle D. I mean, we were saying his match point, this is the final this is possibly the final map, and that score difference is just climbing more and more in favor of OWC Ready with every single pattern that we see. 200k score difference, 333 combo from Pikachu on the maybe the final hope, the last bastion of their team. But they need to make sure they are absolutely dialed in, because we're going to get into the next set of 1-2s. We find the misses, and it's going to be everyone on the side of Waddle D finding breaks. But into camping, what are we doing? Unfortunately, does find the break, but Flying Tap, the damage is done.
The damage has been done indeed. The ships are sinking, and there's just nothing much you can do to plug in all of the holes. And, I mean, I suppose a good captain and a good crewman goes down with their ship. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner in this matchup will be OWC Ready with a clean 1-7 scoreline. Good game and well played for Waddle D. I'm in 3rd place, you know, I can't complain at this point. Oh my god, they did really well.
Yeah, I mean, that performance from all of the players on OWC Ready, not a single one of them finding like a crazy misperformance. Like, I don't have words, honestly, right? You had demonic Gonza from the start of the match, top scoring everything for a good while. Then, you know, you bring in, you know, Nakore on the Gnome Hod one, into camping on this Hard Rock one. You know, but, you know, you also got to point out, you know, the performance from UFO and Plute on that Hidden 2 was also crazy. But unfortunately, just that one map was not going to be enough for, you know, the team house slaughter that is OWC Ready. Showcasing that they are, in fact, going to be OWC Ready for this year and winning out the losers grand finals, getting ready to face the Australians in the grand finals. A team that is already shown to be absolutely terrifying in a demonic team. You can next, in just a few hours, I believe, in fact, going to be intercamping Matthew, Alfu, Gonza, Nakore versus 3 7 AM Clovers, which is going to be Secret Box, Emrek, Zintex, Poyuto, and Treyarch. A matchup that I think will be absolutely interesting, especially if we see OWC Ready pulling off this kind of performance again. They definitely stand more of a shot than most other teams would.
That's gonna be quite exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for the closing match of this entire tournament. And I suppose that is all. I've been Langtap, my boss man here, Torva. It's been an honor. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.